What's up YouTube? Amanda here, and today we're going to be unboxing the Halloween 2018 Neca Ultimate Michael Myers figure. Let's do this. So to start off, we'll take a look at the box. As you can see, the front cover is the Halloween poster, and we also have a sticker that says, includes light up flickering pumpkin. However, if you look at it a little closely, it looks like it's a different word. Yeah. Right there. And if we go to the side here, we just get another rendition of the poster along with the title and the NECA Real Toys logo. Same thing on the side. And if we look at the back of the box here, we just get some really cool artistic looking photos of the figure. And the bottom here just says, Halloween, it's been 40 years since Laurie Strode survived a vicious attack from crazed killer Michael Myers on Halloween night. She now faces a terrifying showdown when Michael returns to Haddonfield, Illinois. But this time, Laurie is ready for him. And it says it includes knife, hammer, fire poker, tombstone, victim head, light up pumpkin, and interchangeable head and hands. So yeah, very cool. Also, the front of the box here has a flip out cover so we can see all the components inside. Let's go ahead and take it out of the package. Alright guys, so I've got the figure out of the package, and unfortunately I couldn't get him to stand up straight, so I just went ahead and gave him a little base, and now he's standing up. But for now, we're going to go ahead and take a look at all the accessories first before we take a look at the figure. Let's take a look at the hands that are included in the package. We've got a left hand right here that's obviously a knife-wielding hand. We've got a little bit of blood, as you can see. Looks really good. And also, we have another knife-wielding hand. If we wanted to switch hands, we've got the right hand, and it is much more bloody. I definitely prefer this one, I think, even though I'm a southpaw, and I think that would be cool if Michael was a southpaw too. So, I don't know. I like both of these though. They look very good. We also have a different set. We've got this left hand right here that is open with some blood spots as well. And of course the shotgun hand, which is my favorite. I'm definitely going to switch this one out and put this on the figure, but this is from the scene when he gets his ring finger and his pinky finger blown off by Laurie with a shotgun, and it was a really cool scene. He just looked super gnarly after this happened, all bloody and disgusting, and I'm all for it. Next up, we'll take a look at his weapons. We've got a knife, a fire poker, and a hammer. We'll go over the hammer first. So here's the hammer. We've got some blood on the end of the hammer here, and the wood texture on the handle looks great. Overall, I think the hammer looks pretty good. And here is the fire poker. So for some reason, it's just not ringing a bell, but I don't think he ever used a fire poker in the film. I saw it 3 times in the theater, and I just don't remember any time that he used a fire poker. But yeah, let me know in the comments below if you guys remember him ever using a fire poker. For some reason, I just don't remember it. But anyway, the fire poker looks great, I guess. I wish they would have included the chimes that he used, like the wind chime bells that he used in the film. I think that would have been it would have made more sense, and I think it would have just looked a lot better than the fire poker. I'm not going to be using the fire poker just because I've heard of people breaking these things. Anyway, moving on to the knife. The knife looks good. The only thing I don't like about it is the fact that it has only 2 rivets in the handle versus 3. That's just me. I'm a huge Halloween fan, and I care about accuracy, but chances are you're never going to see it because he's supposed to be holding the thing, so moving on to the next set of accessories, we've got our light up flickering pumpkin. So if we turn this around, you see a little tab. We're going to pull that. And supposedly you're supposed to just press the top here. There you go. We've got our light up flickering pumpkin. The only thing I wish that they would have done with this is maybe put the light maybe at the bottom of the pumpkin or at the top, just so we don't see it as soon as you're looking at it straight on. All you can see is the light flickering in there. It would have looked a little cooler if they would have just put it at the top or at the bottom so we don't see that, you know, crazy glow like as soon as we look at it. So this next accessory might be my favorite. We've got the Officer Francis head right here. I think this sculpt looks fantastic. Looks just like the movie. I think if you were to display this, I would put a little like orange LED in the head. That way you have some light kind of shining through, which you can do. But yeah, I think the sculpt and everything on this just looks amazing in my opinion. Next up we have Judith Myers' tombstone. It says, our beloved daughter, Judith Myers, born November 10th, 1947, and died on October 31st, 1963. Obviously modeled after the original. Everything on this looks awesome. Got the back here, nothing wrong with it. It's got that cool stone-like texture. Yeah, we've got the Judith Myers Tombstone. So now that we're done with the accessories, let's go ahead and take a good look at the actual figure itself. Overall, I think the figure is great. Unfortunately, again, I couldn't get this figure to stand, so I did have to use a little stand at the bottom here. No big deal, but I really wish he would have just standed on his own. So here's a close-up of the mask itself. I don't know if you guys can tell, but you can kind of see his eyes peeking through there. They did include a different head if you don't want that to be seen. You can see that his eyes are actually blacked out in this version. Also, one slight difference between these two head sculpts is the hair. This one looks a little bit more puffy, while this one looks a little more matted. I think this one looks more accurate to the film. I just think this whole sculpt in general looks a little more accurate than this one, but they both look very good. And then we've got the jumpsuit. We've got a separate little pocket here that does kind of move on its own, which is a good little detail right there. Let's take a look at the articulation of the figure. We've got his head, so let's see if we can do that famous head tilt. Oh yeah, we can do it. Let's go the other way. Looks good. Let's go up. Okay, go down. Yeah, it's got good rotation in the head. We can also move around his arms here. You can go in like that. Same thing with this hand. Pretty much exactly the same as the other hand. You can bend it. If you wanted to bend it, you can do that. He also has some articulation in his hips, so if you wanted to bend it like this, if you wanted to sit him down for some reason, you could. If you wanted to bend him up, you can. The only thing I wish that they did was maybe do this in a separate section, just so it doesn't look like he's wearing like a cod piece or like a diaper. Next up, we have his boots. I think the boots look really well. The sculpt looks great. They have good articulation. You can move them around and pose them however you want. Yeah, those look good. Next up, I'm going to show you guys a small little montage of the figure in all of its glory. Overall, guys, I do really like this figure. I really like the Officer Francis head. I'm definitely going to have to display this with a little LED light in the bottom of the head. But yeah, overall, I really like this figure. It's definitely going in my Halloween collection. I've actually seen some people repaint the mask on this figure, which made it look really cool. However, I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. Let me know in the comments below if you guys are going to paint yours. Now, if you like this figure and you're interested in picking one up for yourself, I do have an Amazon affiliate link down in the description below. It just means if you purchase from that link, I get a small percentage. Doesn't charge you any extra, but it helps me out a little bit. So that is it for this video, guys. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little notification bell so you guys get notified every time I make a video. See you guys in the next one.